what we're doing. Okay. Alright, so just some quick updates. Turn that music off for a second. XCOM 2 is currently a no-go for me until I either need to change some stuff on my system or I need to get a patch from them, because at the moment the combination of OBS plus XCOM 2 puts my CPU usage around 100. Like seriously, between 90 and 100 the entire time, and my CPU just overheats doing that eventually. So we'll see what that means. In the near future, that's going to mean talking to some friends about this who know a little bit more about these things, ask if it could be something specific to my system. I know other players are reporting problems with XCOM and CPU heating, so it may be some setting or possibly some combination of hardware or software that I have. So that's not going to be happening until that's fixed. I did manage, while replacing I cleaned out my case again yesterday, and then just reset the CPU fan. Took it off, cleaned it out, put it back in, and reset it with new thermal paste, and managed to snap one of the fucking little shitty connection pins, those little plastic pieces of crap that connect the CPU fan to your motherboard to hold it over the CPU. Managed to snap one of those, so I do have in mind potentially to get another CPU fan as an upgrade, since I've just damaged my current existing one, but I haven't acted on that yet, and if I do act on that, it'll be a little while before it gets there. So my hope is what happens is they patch XCOM 2 and some of the CPU nonsense calms down, because at the moment, I mean, it just overheats my CPU every single time. So, alright, so with that said, I'm still very much enjoying my Darkest Dungeon playthrough. This is what we're going to be working on now. We're going to be finishing up our playthrough here, and then, you know, combination, hopefully, cross your fingers, one day Fruit Strike gets this next fucking version of the patch out, and there's a really, really cool version of potentially working hybrid mode coming out in the near future too. So I use Windows 7, Johan. I haven't upgraded to 10 yet, but okay. Now, of course, I did a horrible thing, and I of course said this when no one's on the channel yet, so I'll be forced to repeat this about 10 more times throughout the day, which will make me want to shoot myself in the face, but that's kind of what happens. Alright. Yeah, Johan, I've been holding off upgrading to Windows 10 just because I really hate upgrading Windows versions. They always seem to get progressively worse for me, and I've been trying to avoid that. Yeah, see, I have to see about some. As I said, I'm contemplating upgrading the CPU cooling, but the thing is, like, no other game has done it. It's just XCOM 2, and it seems really annoying to have to upgrade my system specifically for XCOM 2, which shouldn't be all that high of a resource game, right? It's a turn-based strategy game. Why the hell is that crushing CPUs, right? So it's not even working the graphics card all that much, but it is working the CPU all that much. It seems like errors to me, but okay. Oh, I just want to check it out, Sully. Alright. Don't upgrade to Windows 10? Yeah, I probably won't. I mean, I'll have to eventually, right? Because it will be unsupported, but what are we doing? We are farming deeds. That's what we're doing. Veteran level 3. I don't actually need to do longs. I'm completing my inventory with mediums, which means longs are kind of a waste. Kind of, but I do get 6 more deeds and 5,000 more gold. Seems bad. We will do one long just to see how terrible it is, but my expectation is it's much more terrible than just doing mediums. At the moment I don't have any mediums available at level 3, only level 5 mediums, so. Alright. Okay. So what are we doing? I'd like to level the dog, but he is stressed as fuck right now, so we'll leave that alone. Back to the wheeled. Level other dogs. We have 3 dogs. We should level one of them. Any wheeled explorers? It's not bad. Means he gets crit on his stun. Damage versus beast is good in the wheel. Wield Scrounger. Alright. Cetomania. And the Wield. Meh. Meh. Okay. Alright, who else? Another Wield Scouting ability. Not terrible. Could run that. Wouldn't mind locking in steady. Keep saying that, maybe I should do it. Right. Cultist is stress healing. And another Wheeled Explorer. Alright, so that's like 100% plus 100 plus 40 Wheeled Scouting from my group, plus another like 30 off the Dog Whistle. So we should have pretty good scouting. Let's do that. A little bit low on healing here, although two of these guys can supplementary heal, so might be okay. Let's set it up like this. Let's go look at skills. Good, leveled finally. Leveled. Leveled. Not leveled. Alright. I honestly probably should stop leveling Target Whistle. I so rarely use it. Okay. Let's take a look at gear. I have more shit to sell. As much as I would love to have plus damage on my occultist, I don't think that's the way to do it. I mean, compare that item, which is an occultist only specific damage item, right? Compare that to this item. This item is 5 more damage and 15 accuracy for the same stress cost. Like, why the fuck would I ever use Sacrificial Cauldron? Alright, and anything else we could sell? Yep, Dodgy Sheath. Probably toss Medic's Greaves too. Well, not this instant. Oh, I can definitely toss the A-Bomb Trinket, since I'm not using Abominations. That one's okay. Kinda. But I'd probably toss it too. Alright. Use that to train here. Train here. Alright. How many completes left? How many weeks do I have left? Or how many weeks do you think it will take me? I have, you know, 50 or 43 weeks remaining, so I have quite a long time before I have to complete it. How long will it take me? I'm not entirely sure right now. Okay. When I do the newbie guide matter, I'll give you estimates for each of them, but basically I bring 8 food for shorts, I bring 20 food for mediums, and I bring 28 food or so for longs. Assuming I'm going to actually camp twice. Alright, item-wise, what are we going to bring? Well, I like Man-at-Arms going first for stunning. I'm going to bring a Quick Draw. I like the dog having a Scouting Whistle. And other than that, accuracy damage seems okay. Oops. I like the occultist. Just doing whatever the hell he wants. Except that's not. I really prefer this comp with a grave robber to an arbalist, because then I can use the occultist as a stunner. But we'll just bring it as is, I guess. I can do healing and heal resist potentially, or I could do dodging and stress resist. Accuracy, damage, damage and speed. I could run this in case I ever cast a debuff. Seems unlikely I will from this position though. So this is double stun. Go first, double stun, accuracy. Alright. I've used TeamViewer Aqua and it doesn't work any better than Skype for me. I mean, we can also use, and we can also, I mean, so I've tried TeamViewer Aqua, I've tried Google Hangouts, I've tried the Steam Share, just like sharing off the Steam stream for the beta version of Steam, and I've also tried Skype, and honestly the best one for me has been Skype Aqua. It is shitty quality, but if you're recording directly, that works better. If you can't run Skype Share and that, we can try something else, maybe like Steam Share, but I had no luck with TeamViewer, I didn't like it at all. Alright, loadout here looks pretty good. And let's go ahead and provision items and guys, right? We should turn off stun in this position. We don't have the nuke leveled. Don't need the pull in this group. Definitely need the heal. I guess I'm running Weakening Curse and Vulnerability Hex, huh? Not a big fan of Weakening Curse. Doesn't seem like a lot of targets that are worth casting on. Okay. Let's provision. Shoot me an email, Aqua, and we'll sort it out when I have time. It's the wield. Let's bring 6 shovels, 2 bandages, 2 anti-venoms, 3 keys, and food. Don't want to bring extra food. Yeah, I'll bring extra food. Okay, I'm alright with this. I have all my fucking items right? You guys are scared by the mods talking? Yeah. I like my mods. I like having lots of them. Okay.
All good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Don't touch it, dog. Don't touch it. Oh, you asshole. I guess it worked out.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. This expedition at least promises success.
Alright, 100% of room battles on a long. That makes it a little bit less long, I guess.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
I known he was gonna crit, I would have killed the other one.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
It's at 1 health. 2 health. The trolling is strong. And the dodge. Fucking hell. Alright, took a lot of extra damage this round.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Oh nice, we're going first. Fantastic.
A death by inches.
I should camp relatively early. Maybe right now, just to get this shit out of my inventory. Yep.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Alright, we want restring crossbow. We want... Too bad I didn't bring medicinal herbs to burn off that. Kinda wanna run instruction and marching plan. That gives me 3 remaining. We could run therapy dog. It's not bad. And running courage here. We have pretty big scouting chance already. So what do I want? Marching plan or maintain equipment or instruction? I kind of would like to get that speed buff back. Yeah. But everyone else going fast is pretty good too. Fine. Okay. Crusader heal's good, although it's not AoE. Alright. Night fight, but only ambushed by 2 fungal grabbers, that's not too bad. Big 7. That's with the mark. It's so bad. It's better. I don't know why I marked that. The Arbalist can't shoot that with the mark where she gets any benefit off the mark. It's funny. Probably could have just stunned again. Worked out okay. Alright. Get rid of my light.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen. A singular strike. Victories mount. So too will resistance.
Let's eat our 2 food. I don't have to go to this room, but I might as well. It's found a secret door at the beginning of an extra long. That's kind of annoying. Ooh. I don't have a torch anyways. I guess I can't activate that. And honestly, I just walked over a trap because I was thinking about this. But honestly, there's no reason to be fighting Shamblers either. I don't have items I need from them. And all they can do is potentially kill off characters I don't want to level again. But it is somewhat tempting when I'm at 0 stress with full combat buffs. Don't have a torch. Can't do it. So I'm tempted. A little bit tempted. But, I mean, one of our deaths this playthrough has been from attempting a Shambler we didn't have to do. Can't believe I just walked over a trap and got 19 stress for just not paying attention at all. It's annoying. I'm gonna ignore the secret door for now. Did burn some items first. It's really irritating. It's good. He needs stress reduction. Fish for a critical.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Unfortunately, I need these items, particularly these. Let's keep clearing for now. We'll come back for this. I don't know if I can go all the way back. Nice. Probably should have stunned. Especially since it didn't die. This minus protection doesn't have protection though, right? Right. Still. If I'd stabbed it, it'd be dead now. Just took an attack that I didn't need because I debuffed it. This is probably the best target in the game to debuff for damage too, and it still I don't think was worth it.
Their cursed champion falls.
Just a ton of gold.
Creatures can be felled.
Well,
they can be beaten.
I'd really like to camp again. Camp after this. So I tossed one shovel. It's one of the things I'll be talking to the devs about when I write them that next email. When I write them that email. So I have no more combats, right? 0 more combats means exactly that, right? So I could camp in this room. Alright, one more room.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
We're gonna come back this way.
Malformed with missing intent. ground quakes. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
We're scouting. Alright, camp here. Camp in the next room. Get these on the way out.
Quitters never win.
Agamemnon is sub for the 13th month in a row. Thank you for the resub, man. Much appreciated. Bunch of torches here. I could go do Shambler if I wanted to. Not that I want to, but I could.
Well struck. A trifling victory.
Is there room for Spademate too? Yes, Spademate there is. Alright, this fight we'll camp after.
Masterfully executed.
Uh-oh. That's how you kill someone. Set them up with a bleed and low hit points. Really hoping that would kill. Need that not to be a 0. Okay. I'm gonna set up a heal there. He should be able to stun through plus 40% resist. Okay, mark that guy. Fuck. Okay. 6 to 12. Sounds loud to me today. I don't know why it sounds loud to me today, but it wasn't earlier. Okay. There's that big 0. One fucking health. On the guy who has the most stress too. Come on.
Success so clearly in
Alright, I don't care about these.
Or is it merely
Go ahead and camp again.
the light?
Feast. Let's run Therapy Dog.
A kind gesture.
Well, Therapy Dog actually isn't all that useful. Only gives this guy, I guess it's stress resist, I guess. And what do we just have? Had donation from Spade. It says Spademate 2, please. Don't much care what class, just as long as I see some use can do. Thanks for the donation, man. I should just kill your characters more often, is what you're saying? Alright. Need a restring crossbow because it's really good. I want a good dark ritual here. Yeah, let's do that. Take that off. Dark strength here. Now we get therapy dog. And then we get encourage. Anyone else have encourage? No. Oh yes we do. Right there. Cool.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Yeah, get rid of that. Put our cloak back on. Interact with this. Don't care about those. But I've now been given 3 torches after finding that Shambler altar. 3. Just in case I want to fight the Shambler. Which I don't. It's gonna be massive overkill. Ah, not if I stab it, I guess. Now it's just 1 point. Yeah, it's gonna be the maximum overkill. Fine.
A decisive pummeling.
Easy 35. 34 points of overkill. Good thing it was a crit. What loot does a Shambler give? It gives an ancestral trinket matter. How do you fight it? You find a Shambler torch and put a torch, a Shambler altar and put a torch in it. Or, alternatively, you find a Shambler in full darkness just randomly. Oh, it summons another one even on a dodge. I feel like I learned that every time. How do you kill it matter? Be very careful with its summons. Its summons gain damage and crit percentage, and they gain damage, crit percentage, and protection every time they attack. So the way you kill a Shambler is you have to kill its summons every so often. They're just it's just a very, very, very high stress fight in terms of on your heroes. Plague Doctor seems to do really good things by dotting the summons, or dotting at least one of the summons, because it will resummon its summons every time they die. But if it's wasting an action to resummon a single summon and the summon isn't stacking up too many damage dealing abilities, it's actually worth it to make it do that, at least in my opinion. Anti-venom or bandages? Anti-venom. This is gonna be really hard to find room for those heads. We keep going for now. Come all the way back. Yeah, about that. I don't really have enough. If we're coming back anyways, we can save that then. Okay.
Precision and power. Ghoulish horrors.
Okay.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Need a demo Shambler. We had plenty of demo Shamblers. Worry a little bit about food for coming back for that. I mean, I can take a little stress damage if I have to. It's just really awkward when you find the secret room so early. How do you kill the Collector? Collector's easy. Both the Shambler and the Collector, by the way, are stunnable. and it really, really helps your game if you can stun them the first round. If you have a stun stacked character, you can stun either of those before they can act, and then you just get a whole free round of combat on them. But in general, how you kill the Collector, well, he takes the 4th position from his summons, and he has healing summons. You just basically stun lock his healing summons and DPS him down is the easiest way I've found to kill him. Next layer base. Oh, you're probably talking about XCOM 2. Thought you were talking about this. But that's okay. The Highwaymen do hurt. I tend to ignore the Highwaymen because it's just easier to focus down the Collector. You don't want to leave the Collector up. His lifesteal shit is just too annoying. I want that.
Triumphant pride
I want it.
precipitates a dizzying fall.
And I need the gold. This is why I don't like doing longs on dark mode. You get enough loot out of mediums. You don't even need to do longs. There's almost no benefit to it. I have to hold these. I need to hold those. So it's either bandages or crests. I think I have enough crests right now. Fuck. It's useless. That's not real Highwaymen, these are Collector Highwaymen, which are about 6 times better than real Highwaymen. I'd say at least 6 times better. I don't want to like undersell the, or oversell the Highwaymen, the real Highwaymen. Why aren't you dead? Makes me fucking sad. You can retreat from Shamblers. If a wild Shambler appears, you can apparently just retreat away from it, which is fine. Fucking hell. Damaging these guys are sad, sad, sad. Ah, I was supposed to be stunned.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate sanguination be
Nice.
considered a virtue.
Even in one day, there's no way you could get through all the Hall of Fames in one sitting, in one day. There's just no way. There's too many of them. I mean, I don't know how many hours of content there is in that, but it's a lot. I have 4 bandages that I'm going to throw away. It's pretty painful. I guess I could have left the 25 gold for one more encounter. Oh, I see. You were for a week. That makes sense. I hope you enjoyed them. Some of the best Civ I've ever played in those games. Salt made some games 10 out of 10. Well, you're in luck then. I'm a naturally salty guy.
The bigger the beast.
Which classes go best with Jester? I like them with Abominations. probably there's something to be said about Jesters and Grave Robbers. They look like they would combo well together, although you start to get a very fragile composition when you do that. Anything that moves is going to be good. Supposedly they combo okay with Highwaymen, but I wouldn't fucking know because we don't use Highwaymen. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the heads. I think we had the space prior to this, and I don't think we're going to have the time to backtrack. So we're going to run out of food. If you take an abomination, what position you should put him in? Position 2 is the best position for an abomination. That way you can use him as a stunner or a damage dealer if you want to transform him. But sometimes I'll run double abomination, run them in position 1 and position 2, and use the one in position 2 as a stunner and the position number 1 as the one I actually transform. They hypothetically can be okay as a stunner in position 3 as well. The only position they're mostly useless in is position 4. Should have used the Arbalist on that one. Why no Civ? I only answer this about fucking 40 times a day. Thanks, Matter. Why do I hate the Highway so much? Because he's useless. His entire role as a class is done better by like 2 other classes. The Arbalist and the Grave Robber are both massively better at the Highwayman than what the Highwayman does, and his class items are all misoptimized too. Like his belt, his epic belt, which has damage and accuracy, only gives him damage and accuracy on his range skills and takes it away from his melee skills. And to even get a little tiny bit of utility out of the fucking Highwayman, you have to use a mix of range and melee skills. So you can't use his epic belt at all. And then continuing in the trend of just being awful, his big damage ability, the one that you try to set up to use, is Point Blank, and Point Blank is useless as well because you don't need high damage versus your front row target. You just don't need it. Like, you need high damage versus back row targets, or stuns versus back row targets. The front row targets you actually don't want high damage versus, because you want to prolong the fight to heal up during that stage of the fight. So he's the opposite of like optimize. He's just, everything he does is just mismatched and poor. I really hate him. Feels bad using the Highwayman. Feels bad not having bandages. Alright, 2 more fights. How do I really feel? Yeah. I want to like the Highwayman. He's kind of like a cool look. I don't know if he's a really cool looking character. He's a fine looking character, and he looks like he could be, you know, like some of his abilities are interesting. I like high crit characters. That could be fun. I don't really like crit characters actually, but hypothetically I could like high crit characters. Not that he's particularly high crit. I like high damage abilities. It's really fun seeing big numbers pop up if you can control them. The problem is his high damage ability is useless. And then if you compare him, the direct comparison, the class that is the most similar role to the Highwayman is the Grave Robber. And the Grave Robber is super fun and super awesome. It has high mobility skills, high damage skills, high crit skills. It does really cool things, and it is approximately 20 times better than the fucking Highwayman. Which just makes for some sad days. He's at 2 fucking health again. Alright. Would Triple Crusader, Healer, Arbalist work? I don't know. It's a little hard to get the ordering correct on Triple Crusader. It's very difficult to make them because of the way because you're rolling a d8 on top of your base speed to get the actual order of characters. It's very, very challenging to reliably get the order you need with 3 characters who are all identical base speeds. So my suspicion is 3 Crusaders probably doesn't work that well, but maybe like Crusader Highwayman, or not Highwayman, excuse me, Crusader Grave Robber or something else would probably work better, because the Grave Robber's like speed is about 6 or 7 higher than the Crusader's base speed. The other problem with the Crusader is because he's so slow, his back target nukes aren't as valuable, because the back target guys have always gone before the Crusader goes because he's so slow. Yeah, and the Grave Robber does bring free shovels, which are needed in every single mission. So that is a point that I hadn't even considered. We need the first Highwayman. Well, I guess that's true. If you care about achievements, which I don't know that I do. Double dodge, that's unexpected. That may be true, maybe because he's a relic class, I don't know. I don't know why that is. But at the moment he's just super painful. Alright, dead to the dot. Getting fish for a crit though. We'd have to find food to give us a realistic chance of getting back to the other position. I should toss the key right here. Pick up this, that'd maximize my gold. There's no way we're getting back without starving. Starve once, I guess, though. We'll see. Nope. We'd have to starve twice to get there. Not gonna happen. It's kind of annoying. I wouldn't have had inventory space to carry them, but it really sucks leaving. I mean, I guess they're better than stacks of gold. So I just cost myself 3,000 gold by thinking about it that way. That's something I hadn't even considered. That it would just be better to toss the gold stacks. It's unfortunate. Need advice on how many characters each class have in total? No. I mean, what it boils down to is the end missions. I think the first of the end missions is the hardest mission in the game, and you're going to want certain class compositions for that, depending on what you want to do to beat that mission. So other than having class compositions, I forgot to stun this guy because I'm talking too much. Besides having class compositions that are going to beat you the game, you can have any class compositions you want, whatever you find the most fun. I just don't tend to like bad characters, so I don't bring lepers or highwaymen into my groups because it's just not fun. Yeah, we just screwed up the end of this. Guys, you're asking me too many questions in chat. Too many. I mean, they're good questions. They're interesting questions to talk about, but it's actually, because they're interesting questions, I'm giving it concentration. And as soon as I give it concentration here, I start screwing up in my game. Actually, long missions are my favorite type of mission in did he resist? Oh, I didn't mark him. I really like long missions in light runs because a long mission basically gives you just enough loot in a long run to fill up your inventory entirely, which is pretty cool. In a low light run though, your inventory is already full up because you get so much more loot, and it's just not worthwhile. Just more stress than you need.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
There's no way I would make it back to the other side. Alright, let's toss the key for 500 gold. I could actually use that if I could get back to the mummy, but it's not going to be worth throwing out 1,000 gold for it. And who would like wheeled scrounger? You could. Wheeled explorer. Cool. Alright.
The agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our woods.
The hassles and no, I don't recommend dark runs. For if you're just trying to beat the game, I don't recommend dark runs. They make it harder. So no, I don't think the loot makes up for the hassles of stress management at all. Beast Hater is a good one. Tapeworm is really bad. Beer Mankind is quite bad. And Lurker is really good. Cool. Alright, DeJames needs to go in there, and Aqua probably needs to go in there.